Well, hello, and thank you for joining us for another podcast at the Gospel Rescue Mission here in Grants Pass. Today, I'm really excited to talk to you about our new Booth Street thrift store. We just opened in August here of this year. We're located at 114 Southwest Booth Street, right across from the backside of the Gospel Rescue Mission. We're within eyeshot. So one of the obvious questions is, why would you do another thrift store when you already have the Second Chance thrift store right in downtown Grants Pass? And one of the things that I guess I would reply is, if you've ever tried to donate to our Second Chance thrift store, first of all, God bless you for doing that. But second is that it's not always very easy to get in and out of there. The access point for where you drop donations off at the Second Chance thrift store is through the alleyway between 6th and 7th Street behind the thrift store. And on a busy day, sometimes negotiating that traffic is really, really hard. Of course, especially in the wintertime, it's a little sketchy driving into an alleyway in the dark sometimes, and it's not always very convenient. And our idea was, boy, wouldn't it be great if we just had a place that was easy to pull into, easy to pull out of, nice and bright, always had somebody there to greet you that was ready to help you, negotiate the traffic of what do I have, what can you guys take, and that kind of thing. So we really just intended to be a good donation drop-off center, and actually it's where we will be directing people to drop off all their donations, either for the Booth Street thrift store or for the Second Chance thrift store. So it's a great location. It's easy to get to, easy to access, and we were just excited about having somewhere that made it more convenient for people. Another reason why we wanted to do this new thrift store is we wanted to create another work training center. We were looking at a number of mission residents that we have that don't have jobs. A lot of the training that we do, we try and do training that is based on the kind of work that's available here in the Grants Pass area. We want them to get into the workforce. So we wanted to create something that had the kinds of tools that would translate well into the regular job world. So, for example, we have this new Booth Street thrift store is just working on real modern technology as far as the point of sale system. We wanted to focus on customer service, teaching our residents good customer service, merchandising, things like that, keeping just a good, clean atmosphere in a work environment, those kinds of things. Interestingly enough, we opened up our doors on August 8th, and this right now today is August 31st, and we've already had our first trainee has already gone out and gotten a job here in Grants Pass in a retail environment. So it must be working to some degree, and we're really excited to see how many more we can get employed and get into the employment market. One of the other things that's unique about our Booth Street thrift store is a children's play area that we included inside the thrift store. The children's play area serves two purposes, and we're really excited about it. We've really struggled with getting our women and children into our work training sites, because a lot of the moms have to watch their kids during the day, and where can you go and learn some job skills but watch your kids at the same time? So we've developed this place that's intentional so that a mom can bring her kids into this safe area where they can have plenty of activities and things to do while mom's learning a few job skills, working for a little while during the day, and keep an eye on her kiddos. And that's worked out really well for us. And then in addition to that, I know as a parent myself, when my kids were little, shopping with them was really sometimes just a really, really hard thing, and very challenging. For some moms, it's a complete nightmare. You go into the store, the kids are running all over the place. They don't know what to do. Sometimes they're just complaining because you're taking too long, and it really doesn't give you the time to relax and shop. So we have this children's play area that's enclosed. There's people watching it. It's in good, it's clean, and they can come in. The kids can come in and entertain themselves, play, have some fun, while mom can take some time and buy some clothes for herself or for the kids, do a little shopping, and just focus on shopping, and maybe for a minute just relax, grab a cup of coffee. We've got coffee on all the time in there. Come in and just enjoy walking around the store, take a load off for a minute with her kids. So that was one of the things that we just thought, boy, that would be a great thing to do. We think we've got a really nice play area, and I think you should come check it out. The other thing we were doing, obviously, is looking to generate another revenue stream for the Gospel Rescue Mission. And one thing that we're real sensitive to is we realize that our supporters are getting a lot of requests for support from a whole multitude of ministries that really do need support, whether it's a pregnancy care center, Hearts with a Mission, Joe's Place, just those are just a few here in Grants Pass, not to mention their own local church. But then when you start thinking about worldwide missions and all kinds of other great needs that are out there, we just thought, boy, wouldn't it be great if we could generate a revenue stream where all the revenue goes towards the same goal, goes towards the support of those residents here at the Gospel Rescue Mission, but where the person that's making the donation, the person that's coming in and giving the money is actually getting something in return. So it's not just a donation, but it's a purchase and a transaction. You can get a great value in the process, and that's really what the store is filled with, is a lot of great values. So one of the things that's really different and unique about the Gospel Rescue Mission Booth Street Thrift Store is that we have just great pricing. And I know that's why you go to a thrift store in the first place. But we have a 25-year history to draw from in our existing thrift store to kind of go, what is things going for and prices going for? What we've done is we've looked to generate a product in this thrift store that is really, we're pricing it intentionally lower than what we would normally price stuff for at our Second Chance thrift store. In fact, I would say that 80% of the product on the shelves at our Booth Street thrift store is at least half off of what you would find any product at our Second Chance thrift store. So essentially, you're going to find better deals here, and you're going to find better deals here any old day. We also have developed a really aggressive discounting schedule for when we do sales and when we run sales, that's all intended on moving that product quickly. So we're going to have a very high inventory turnover, which means that you're going to see a lot of new product in this thrift store that you wouldn't see otherwise. So it's not a thrift store where a lot of things are going to just sit on the shelf for a long period of time. And that means every time you come in, you're going to see a lot of stuff that wasn't there the last time you were there. And that's an exciting reason to go to a thrift store. We find that's the reason that we like to go when I go to a thrift store, is I'm excited to see what's new, what kind of deals am I going to find. Speaking of deals, kids' clothes. Man, if you have not tried to go buy kids' clothes, any parent will tell you they've had, especially during that toddler to 12-year-old range, you found all kinds of clothes in your kid's closet that still had the tags on them. They didn't even get a chance to wear because they grew out of them so fast. Well, by golly, take those clothes, bring them down to us, make a donation, of the clothes, and shop around and see if you can find something that maybe fits those kids. And they're only going to wear them for maybe a few months anyways before they're growing out of them, because the kids in that age group are just growing so fast. So this is a great way, instead of spending $30 on a pair of pants for your 8-year-old, why not spend $3 on that pair of pants? And maybe he's going to wear them for a month. Maybe he's going to grow out of them before he's even gotten a chance to wear them. When he does, bring them back, come back, find something else for another $3 that'll do it. You're still $26 ahead of the game, $24 ahead of the game when it's all said and done. And then of course, obviously, you got the tax donation part of the whole thing as well. When you come down and you make a donation to the mission through the Booth Street Thrift Store, when you're bringing in your clothes, the things that you would normally have wasted an entire Saturday on a yard sale with, and you're sitting there thinking, man, I could have been having fun with my family or something on this Saturday, but instead I made 100 lousy bucks on a whole yard full of stuff I was trying to organize. Instead, load that stuff up in the car, bring it down here, donate it, tell the IRS it was worth $100, get your voucher back on it at the end of the year, and you've done something really good. And maybe even take your family in and buy something nice for them that they're going to find inside the thrift store, and go out and watch a movie or something. Thrift stores are a great program. It's a great way for rescue missions to generate a little income and to do a lot more. They're training their residents. They're teaching them something about business and life. They're helping support. I mean, this is buying meals and showers and a safe place to stay. When you're buying something at a Booth Street thrift store or a Second Chance thrift store, you're really not just buying that item, but you're contributing to the well-being of a lot of people in the community that would otherwise have nobody there to help them. And so, our whole goal is to make homelessness something to get out of, not something to be comfortable in. And by golly, you are helping in that process when you shop at a Booth Street thrift store. So again, I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope that you come down and visit us, check it out, encourage the staff there, encourage the place. Check it's clean. We've got it's an amazing little thrift store, and it's worth coming in and checking out. We've got some beautiful flowers out front. Come down and check us out. You can certainly, if you have any questions, give us a call, 541-507-6711, or you can check us out at boothstreetthrift.com. You can also look us up on Facebook. We're out there on Facebook. Become a fan, become a follower, tell your friends. We'd love to see you. And if the Gospel Rescue Mission means something to you here in Grants Pass, or maybe in your community, wherever you're listening to this podcast on, if you really appreciate the work of Gospel Rescue Missions, if they have a thrift store, by golly, go down and support them and tell them that you appreciate them, because they need that encouragement. It's a hard job. It's very, very emotionally taxing for their staff and for the volunteers that work there. And sometimes what they need is somebody to just go, hey, you know what? I was thinking about you guys today, and I really appreciate the work that you do. And so go down and tell them, Brian sent you from the Grants Pass Mission in Grants Pass, Oregon. And of course, as always, if this podcast means something to you, then share it with a friend. Tell somebody about it, and share us on iTunes or through Facebook or SoundCloud or whatever. Let them know what you heard, and share the good word about us. Thank you again for listening. We sure love everybody that pays attention to us out there. And thank you again for listening to another Gospel Rescue Mission podcast.